Time for the hot topic of the hour. House Oversight Chair James Comer is demanding bank records that he says will tell a big story into President Biden's alleged involvement in his son's overseas business schemes. Comer says he's headed to court for the records, telling Maria on Sunday Morning Futures he expects to have them by Wednesday. Comer also revealing what he's found out about Biden's fake names. Listen to this.
What exactly have you learned?
Well, we've learned that Joe Biden used at least 3 pseudonyms or fake names in emails that he was receiving from people within the federal government, people that worked for him. And even more troubling than that, Maria, we've learned that when he was receiving emails pertaining to Ukraine, his son Hunter was copied on them, which we've always heard that the White House has said that Hunter Biden wasn't an employee of the government, he wasn't any part of the government. If that were true, then why was he receiving emails from the government?
Meanwhile, Hunter Biden's legal team once vowed to put President Biden on the stand during Hunter's tax and gun trial documents obtained by Politico, which show that Hunter's former attorney Chris Clark says, quote, "This of all cases justifies neither the spectacle of a sitting president testifying in a criminal trial nor the potential for a resulting constitutional crisis." Cherise, what's interesting here really is this threat from Hunter's attorney that seems to have really changed the game on the entire deal that Hunter, it gave him the deal, basically.
Absolutely. And this is fascinating to me because something new is coming out every single week on this issue. And we keep finding more and more evidence of corruption. And you're starting to ask, maybe we do need an impeachment. Maybe we do need to dig deeper on this. I mean, when we're seeing not only strong arming coming from the defense attorney with the DOJ to protect the president, to protect the administration and make this entire thing much more political than it needs to be. But in addition to that, you're seeing, again, the sitting president of the United States using pseudonyms in an email in order to disconnect himself from these emails that are supposed to be business, right? But they're definitely attached to the government. So we just need to dig much deeper in all of this, and it's really concerning that we're not calling it out on other networks.
It's this information. It's the bank records, which Comer says is, and specifically, we're going to get more of. But at the same time, I think what's interesting here, Mike, is the fact that this plea deal that this attorney cut, all it took was, well, we're going to put the president on the stand. And then all of a sudden, he got that sweetheart gun deal. And until the judge said, wait a minute, not so fast.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I use fake names with my emails when getting foreign bribes all the time, right? Look, so a few items to unpack here. Obviously, like all these business deals for Hunter Biden were bribes. Okay, there's no other way to look at it. What service could he possibly be providing that's worth tens of millions of dollars?
Oh, no, Mike, all of the energy company experience that Hunter had.
Well,
such an expert.
Admittedly,
he
had a debilitating crack habit. This is not a guy who drank too much. This is a guy who had a crack habit to the degree where his teeth rotted out, right? And so it's really, and, to me, that's the only thing that makes this Biden family endearing is that every family's touched substance abuse, right? But beyond that, there's no logical reason why money gets transferred into the United States, then back offshore, and then back into 20 different LLCs or a series of different LLCs and gets divided amongst 10 or 11 different family members in the Biden family. What work were these people doing? What on earth was going on here other than foreign influence peddling from Joe Biden? The fact of the matter is he is selling out his country for profit, for personal profit. He's dictating policy. Okay, so that his family can enrich themselves. All right, this goes beyond the level of impeachment. I don't know why we're not already there. Obviously, there's not going to be a conviction, but so much of the country hasn't heard about this. The Hunter Biden laptop was hid from everybody under the guise that it was some sort of Russian disinformation. But I think the quicker and louder the Republicans go forward with impeachment, the more people will hear about this, and the more people will realize just how disgusting this entire thing is.
You bring up an interesting point, Cherise, to Mike's point about impeachment, not there yet. Well, the Democrats will say, if you're, and they have been saying, even on the Sunday shows yesterday, well, Hunter's not running for president, Joe Biden's running for president. They're still trying to keep the two separate.
They are, but this is clearly directly linked to Joe Biden. And again, this should be appalling everyone. It's the president of the United States participating in very blatant corrupt acts now that we've seen, especially as more of this gets exposed. I mean, now we're looking at almost $60 million now worth of bribes, supposedly, that we aren't really sure where that money actually went, where it was going, what it was for.
We've heard that. We have not confirmed because a lot of these documents are not in public purview.
And we need the investigation.
Right. But we have had certain Congress members. Nancy Mace told me last week on this program, 50 million, which is the first time I'd heard that figure.
Right.
So she's like, well, I've seen the documents, but we can't show them to the public. So we shall see. Well, obviously, there's a lot of things that the candidates could be talking about this Wednesday night when they take the debate stage. Will Hunter's name come up? We'll see.